The highlights of today's defense news, 17th of July 25. An RFI to procure low-level lightweight radar enhanced. India developing new 12,000-kilometer ultra-long-range strike aircraft ULRA stealth bomber. India submits letter of request to US for co-production of Javelin missiles. DRDO advances Astra Mark III Gandiva BVRAAM towards trials, targets leap with GaN-based AESA seeker. Successful trial of indigenous Akash Prime air defense system conducted in Ladakh. Germany's Rheinmetall offers Skynex anti-aircraft artillery to India with 1,000 rounds per minute to replace L-70 and Zu-23 mm. The Ministry of Defense issues an RFP for 15 Made in India C-295 maritime patrol aircrafts from Tata-Airbus JV for Indian Navy and Coast Guard. In the war zone, Russia fires hundreds of drones at Ukraine. From the global highlights, Airbus teams with Kratos to offer Valkyrie UAS to Germany. Pentagon to increase low-cost drone production in US. Iveco Defense Vehicles wins 3-year contract to develop integrated robotic autonomous systems for NATO forces. A look at the news in detail. First, from the forces. An RFI has been issued to procure low-level lightweight radar enhanced. This is envisaged as a surveillance system for scanning the airspace to detect, track and prioritize targets based on threat and further designating them to multiple command posts through wired or wireless communication medium. They will be a compact, lightweight, 3D agile multiple beam radar system mounted on a light flatbed 4x4 vehicle. It will be characterized by its low weight and small footprint that allows for it to be mounted on a mast and also integrated on a tripod. It will have digital beam forming techniques in transmission, which will enable it to detect targets flying both at high altitudes and long distances and nap of the earth and very near distances as well. It will have high elevation coverage, which will be immensely crucial in a multiple threat environment. The due date for this RFI is 2nd of September. The surge in RFIs and RFPs for low-level lightweight radars, especially the enhanced variants, reflects a strategic shift in India's air defense posture. With increasing use of drones, cruise missiles and low-flying aircraft, traditional high-altitude radars leave coverage gaps. The LLLRs fill these blind spots, especially in mountainous and border regions. In areas like the Himalayas, radar coverage is obstructed by terrain. These radars are designed to operate effectively in such environments, including altitudes up to 6,000 meters. Small drones and UAVs are harder to detect. The enhanced LLLRs now include co-mounted X-band radars specifically for drone detection. These radars are increasingly part of broader counter-unmanned aerial systems, making them critical for layered defense. The enhanced LLLRs now use gallium nitride technology for better power efficiency and electronic warfare resilience. These radars are vehicle mounted, man portable and can be deployed within 15 to 30 minutes, ideal for tactical operations. They complement long-range radars by covering low altitude corridors and blind zones. Now a comparison of low-level lightweight radars with Ashwini radar and DRDO's LLLR-I radar. The LLLR-E is optimized for counter-UAS and low RCS target detection, making it ideal for modern asymmetric threats. Ashwini is a long-range transportable radar suited for Air Force level surveillance and integrates well into National Air Defense Network. It is designed by LRDE and manufactured by Bharat Electronics under a 2,906 crore contract signed in March 25. The DRDO's LLLR-I is tailored for Army air defense, especially in challenging terrains with modular deployment. Bharani Mark I is a 2D low-level lightweight radar developed by LRDE for the Army. It's designed for early warning and air defense in mountainous terrains, especially against low-flying aerial threats like UAVs, RPVs, helicopters, and fixed-wing aircrafts. India is developing a new 12,000 kilometer ultra-long range strike aircraft stealth bomber. A plan to field the world's first 12,000 kilometer class indigenous strategic bomber would vault the Indian Air Force from a regional force into a power with truly intercontinental reach. The proposed ultra long range strike aircraft ULRA is envisioned as a stealthy swing wing platform able, able to deliver nuclear or conventional payloads anywhere on the globe without aerial refueling. The officials describe the ULRA as a hybrid drawing lessons from Russia's Tu-160 Blackjack and America's B-21 Raider. Like the Tu-160, it will feature variable geometry wings to optimize fuel burn during the 12,000 kilometer transit while still permitting high-speed dash over targets. Range is set deliberately above the B-21's estimated 9,300 kilometers to guarantee one-way sorties from mainland India to any continental US city and back when aerial refueling is factored out. Stealth shaping, radar absorbent materials, and an automated flight management suite are judged essential for penetrating dense air defense networks. Engineering studies focus on adapting either a modified GE 414 core or the Russian NK-32 afterburning turbofan, which each capable of sustaining the thrust and fuel efficiency such endurance demands. India has formally handed to the US a letter of request to begin co-producing the FGM-148 Javelin. For more than a decade, the Army has faced an acute shortfall, roughly 68,000 missiles and 850 launchers in modern ATGMs, forcing it to rely on aging Milan systems and limited emergency buys of Israel Spike missile. Indigenous solutions such as the DRDO's MPATG MPATGM are progressing but have yet to enter service at scale. The result is an urgent requirement for shoulder-fired, lightweight missiles that small infantry teams can haul across high-altitude terrain. Under the new request, India seeks US foreign military sales clearance plus industrial tie-ups that would allow local assembly, testing, and eventual full-rate production. The Javelin joint venture, that is Raytheon RTX and Lockheed Martin, already renewed a memorandum of understanding with Bharat Dynamics in February 25 to explore precisely this line. Washington and New Delhi committed at the February US India joint statement to pursue new procurements and co production arrangements for Javelin ATGMs in India within the year. Javelin capabilities in brief. The Javelin weighs about 22 kilograms, fires from a reusable command launch unit, and engages armor at 2.5 to 4 kilometers using a lock on before launch fire and forget IR seeker. Its tandem charge warhead attacks from above, defeating explosive reactive armor. Newer F model rounds also add a multi-purpose fragmentation sleeve for buildings and soft targets. The system's success in Iraq, Afghanistan, and most recently Ukraine's defense against Russian armor has reinforced its reputation and India's interest. DRDO is making decisive progress with the Astra Mark III, officially known as Gandiva, the Indian Air Force's forthcoming flagship beyond visual range air-to-air missile BVRAAM. Drawing its name from the legendary bow in the Mahabharata, Gandiva promises to set a new benchmark in indigenous air dominance through a combination of advanced propulsion and seeker technologies. At the core of the Astra Mark III's technological leap is its solid fuel ducted ramjet engine, a marked departure from the conventional rocket motors used in previous Astra variants. The SFDR system, by relying on atmospheric oxygen for combustion, enables a lighter and more efficient missile capable of prolonged supersonic flight, with speeds reaching up to Mach 4.5 and an engagement range extending beyond 300 kilometers, a capability that positions Gandiva among the longest range air to air missiles globally. The SFDR's throttle ability also exponentially enlarges the missile's no escape zone, maximizing lethality against maneuvering targets. Guidance and target acquisitions are poised for a significant upgrade. Initially, Gandiva used an AESA seeker based on gallium arsenide technology, which already assures precise tracking and robust data link coordination with airborne command assets. India has achieved a significant milestone in strengthening its air defense capabilities with the successful trial of the indigenous Akash Prime air defense system. The Indian Army conducted the test at an altitude of around 15,000 feet in the Ladakh sector. The Akash Prime system, developed by DRDO, marks a major advancement in India's mission to enhance its self-reliant defense infrastructure. During the trial, surface-to-air missiles from the system registered direct hits on two high-speed aerial targets, demonstrating exceptional accuracy. The test was conducted in the rare-field atmosphere and extreme conditions of high-altitude terrain, where even basic operations can be challenging. Akash Prime will be integrated into the Indian Army's 3rd and 4th Akash regiments, enhancing the country's overall air defense shield. India's Akash air defense system played a critical role during Operation Sindoor, where it successfully countered aerial attacks involving Chinese fighter jets and Turkish drones deployed by Pakistani forces. The German defense corporation Rheinmetall has proposed its state-of-the-art Skynex air defense system to the Indian Army, which is looking to urgently modernize its capabilities against emerging aerial threats. The offer comes as India seeks to replace its vintage L-70 and Zu 23 anti-aircraft guns and amid heightened tensions with Pakistan and the increasing use of drones along its borders. The Skynex system is built around the Oerlikon 35 revolver gun Mark III, a weapon capable of firing 1,000 rounds per minute at targets up to 5 kilometers away. Its key advantages lies in its use of specialized AHEAD, that is, advanced hit efficiency and destruction ammunition. Each programmable round releases a cone-shaped cloud of tungsten projectiles just ahead of a target, creating a lethal screen that is highly effective at neutralizing small and fast-moving threats like drones, cruise missiles, and low-flying aircrafts. A significant feature of the Skynex is its modular design, allowing for flexible deployment and integration. The system's open architecture means it can be connected to various sensors, including the Oerlikon X-Star 3D radar, which has a detection range of 50 kilometers. The Ministry of Defense has issued a formal request for proposal to the joint venture between Tata Advanced Systems and Airbus Defence and Space. The proposal is for the acquisition of 15 C-295 transport aircrafts specially modified for the maritime patrol duties for the Navy and Coast Guard. This step follows the initial approval granted by the DAC earlier this year. The procurement plan specifies 9 aircrafts in a medium-range maritime reconnaissance configuration for the Navy and 6 in a multi-mission maritime aircraft layout for the Coast Guard. These aircrafts will be equipped with state-of-the-art systems to conduct anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare, and intelligence missions. Their armaments will include advanced sensors, sonobuoys, lightweight torpedoes, and indigenously developed anti-ship missiles like the DRDO's Naval Anti-Ship Missile Short Range NASAM SR. The C-295 are intended to bridge the operational gap between the long-range Boeing P-8I Poseidon and the short-range Dornier DO-228 aircrafts, creating a multi-layered aerial surveillance network over India's vast maritime interests. The maritime variants of the C-295 will be integrated with a suite of Indian-developed sensors and systems. These include a locally sourced AESA radar, identification friend or foe systems, and electro-optic infrared payloads, all developed under the guidance of the DRDO Center for Airborne Systems in Bangalore. This acquisition builds upon an existing order of 56 C-295 transport aircrafts for the Air Force, which are also being assembled at the Vadodara facility after the initial batch was delivered from Spain signaling a strategic national investment in the platform. News from the war zone. Russia fired hundreds of drones, artillery, and a ballistic missile at Ukraine and uh, between 15th of July and early 16th of July, defying the calls by US to reach a peace deal. The bombardment came 2 days after the US president threatened to impose severe sanctions against the country unless it reached a peace settlement within 50 days to end its 3-year war on Ukraine. Has recently sought to overwhelm Ukraine's air defenses by launching major attacks that include increasing number of decoy drones. The city of Lutsk, home to airfields used by the Ukrainian army, was the hardest hit. The Russian attack, which included 728 drones and 13 missiles, had the largest number of drones fired in a single night in the war. News from the global industry. Airbus Defence and Space is teaming with Kratos Defence and Security Solutions to offer the XQ-58I Valkyrie unmanned loyal wingman to Germany. Announced on 16th of July, the partnership will see the European company provide the mission system for the US-designed Collaborative Combat Aircraft (CCA). The combination will be combat ready for the Luftwaffe by 2029. Airbus Mission System, through its platform agnostic system architecture, is designed to integrate seamlessly into the Valkyrie and other existing and future platforms in the growing ecosystem of crewed and uncrewed platforms. The Valkyrie is a stealthy, unmanned aircraft system with a maximum takeoff weight of 3 tons that is designed to deliver kinetic and non-kinetic effects either in autonomous missions or employed with teaming manned combat aircraft. The prototype, linked to the Skyborg program via the US Air Force low-cost attritable aircraft technology effort, has been in development since 2016 and is able to travel 3,000 miles at altitudes up to 45,000 feet. In the given disruptive geopolitical context, the customers have expressed an urgent demand for both attritable and non-attritable CCAs. The collaboration of Kratos and Airbus, based on an existing and proven UAS platform and featuring a sovereign multi-platform mission system, will deliver crucial capabilities for warfighters in Europe before the end of the decade. This partnership will help to accelerate Europe's ability to defend itself while fostering NATO's transatlantic ties. The Pentagon has launched a sweeping initiative to dramatically increase low-cost drone production across the United States, aiming to achieve domain dominance by 2027. The US Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth released a directive that pushes the Pentagon to speed up drone production and deployment, labeling uncrewed systems as the biggest battlefield shift in decades. This move addresses gaps in US military capabilities against rivals producing millions of low-cost drones annually, setting firm deadlines to equip every squad with expendable units by late 2026. The policy aims to cut bureaucracy and favor American-made technology. The strategic goals of this are mass production, thousands of drones to be delivered to combat units over the next few years, buy American, strong preference for US made drones and components, and training integration, drone operators need to be drone operations to be embedded in all major combat training by 2026. Iveco Defense Vehicles has secured a 3-year contract to lead a major concept development and experimentation program for integrated robotic and autonomous systems aimed at transforming the battlefield capabilities of NATO-aligned militaries. The initiative focuses on integrating uncrewed ground vehicles and uncrewed aerial systems into a cohesive, interoperable force coordinated through an advanced command and control architecture. The program requires RAS elements to operate over distributed network nodes in complex warfighting environments. Under IDV's leadership, a consortium of NATO country technology partners, LEM, Sierra Lab, and Rebel Alliance, will contribute cutting edge solutions to accelerate autonomous warfare capabilities. That's the news for today. We hope you enjoyed the news. Please do subscribe to our channel and do give us your feedback. Thank you.